Kansas City. Just what can that do for you mentally to kind of get going in the comeback?
It'll be a good stepping stone. Definitely, it would be a little weird getting back there, but yeah, just trying to treat it like a normal game.
Have you flashed back to that moment a lot over these last 11 months?
Yeah, initially after it happened, I mean, you try to replay it all in your head and what you do differently and everything like that, and just really everything that goes into it. So yeah, it's come up a couple times, but I think I'm past that at this point.
Jimmy, when you watched the tape from last week, what did you see? I know it was just a few snaps.
Yeah, just little details here and there. Just got to be sharper with those things, starting with myself, and I think it'll help our offense going forward.
What were those joint practices like? It seemed like a sort of a night and day difference between what you did against the Broncos the Friday and Saturday versus the Monday.
Yeah, well, obviously, preseason and everything, so you're not truly game planning and everything, but I thought the practices went really well. We moved the ball pretty frequently, and it was we got into a good rhythm offensively, and I just felt like in the game we couldn't get into that rhythm. So I thought that was a big difference.
It seemed like you had a week from hell last week, started with Wednesday, where anything that could go wrong did go wrong. Have you ever experienced anything like that as an athlete, and what do you do to just move on and maintain confidence?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's happened at some point throughout my football career. That's football, though. It's going to be ups and downs, and as a quarterback, you just try to stay right in the middle the whole time and kind of just, do what you do over and over, and the results will take care of themselves.
Kyle was talking about mental hurdles. Do you feel you had some mental hurdles to overcome last week?
I think it was it was good for me to get out there for sure. Just it's been almost a year or so, and I think naturally you try to block those things out, but naturally I think they just come, and so I think it was a good stepping stone last week, getting out on the field, live bullets flying and all that stuff.
How much do you look forward to getting an extended run where you can have a chance to kind of get into a rhythm this week?
Oh, it'll be good. Yeah, it's hopefully we could string some plays together, get some good drives and everything, and get the offense moving. So it's just it's taking it from the practice field and bringing it over to the game field and making it happen.
It's only preseason, but there's been a lot of noise around your outing last week, and I'm wondering, do you hear any of that? Do you shut it out? You haven't really in your career had too much criticism, and I'm just wondering, what's your reaction to that? Are you able to shut your ears?
Yeah, it's just throughout my entire football career, there's always going to be that noise and everything, but you just have to block it out. I think we have so much going on in our meetings and in the locker room, and you're just trying to take all that in. If you start worrying about the outside noise, you got no chance of being successful. So I think it's just staying mentally strong and just doing what we do.
Most guys that are in this league consider themselves their own worst critics.
Mm-hmm.
Do you beat yourself up after something like that, or do you just look at it from a more analytical point of view? How do you deal with situations like that?
Yeah, I'm very hard on myself, especially that night watching the film, the next day watching the film, and then at some point you have to move on and try. You're still trying to correct those mistakes and not make the same mistakes twice. But if you just dwell on the past and dwell on that one game, you're going to get stuck there and you have no success going forward. So I think it's good to be hard on yourself, but at some point, you got to move forward.
What did you learn from that film, especially with the interception? Kyle was talking about a miscommunication on the protection. What did you see from that play, and what did you kind of learn from that?
Yeah, those are just little details that I was talking about, just me getting the protection set and everything like that, and I think it'll just make everything much easier.
You haven't had Trent Taylor out there, George Kittle. Not having those guys, how does that affect you? You obviously have a good chemistry with Trent in particular. Yeah,
I think, all these receivers, all of our skill players on offense, I got good relationships with all of them, and I have confidence in all of them. And I think it's just some of that takes time, especially with the newer guys, the younger guys, and I think that just comes naturally over time. You can't really press that too much and make it fake. You want it to be real. So I think that stuff will come with time. Those guys are whoever's injured, and we're trying to get them back as soon as possible, and we'll go from there.
Well, with a different center in now, not Weston, does that take time as well in this scheme? Because I know the center does have a lot of communication responsibility.
No, I thought Ben's been doing a great job. He, he's very, very clear with everything. We really haven't had any miscommunications between the two of us so far, and he's done a great job. But those guys up front have done a phenomenal job for me, and I appreciate them.
Kyle said he has goals for you in mind, just in terms of how much you play and what he wants to see from you. What do you want to accomplish out of what do you want to see from yourself in that game on Saturday?
I think just go out there and execute. As an offense, like I said, get us into a good rhythm, get the ball moving down the field, and just kind of string good plays together one after another. I think that's what it's ultimately all about as an offense, is just consistently going out there and executing.
Where you at health-wise, Jimmy? Did you have to do anything differently after the game, and any other nicks or twists or anything like that?
No, I really didn't get hit too much, so felt pretty good. Knee's holding up well, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, that's.
Jimmy, as noted, there's like a mild hysteria over a preseason game here, but I mean, you've seen, like, remember when Brady had a bad game Monday night against the Chiefs, and it was like, well, he's kind of done now. Week to week or day to day, things can change about perception.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did you learn from that, from watching, not that Brady had tons of, like, awful games, but,
He's pretty good.
I guess even he wasn't immune from that. I don't know, does that experience help you kind of put things in perspective a little?
Yeah, kind of. It's one of those things that you could react two ways to it. You could, crumble up and kind of go into a fetal position and surrender, or you could go out and fight. And, we got a locker room full of guys that want to fight, and, myself included. It's just every day you have to come in and earn your spot. And I think it's never going to be given to you, so you got to come earn it.
Couple more? No more?
What is it about Jordan Matthews? Kyle said Jordan Matthews had a hell of a camp. What about his camp was so good?
Well, I mean, it being his first year, coming in and learning as quickly as he did, just, our receivers, they're asked to do a lot of tough things, blocking in the run game, details on routes, motions, all that stuff, and he's done a good job picking up quickly. I mean, he's one of the first guys in, last guys out, and he works as hard as anyone I've ever seen, so you got to tip your hat to him on that.
Cool. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, guys.